Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of the Daily Azeroth. We're here today to talk about how Blizzard has changed the leveling process. It's easier, it's quicker, it's more mindless than ever, and we love it. It was in patch 4.0.3a where the major changes were made, such as reduced questing time from 71 to 80 by 20%, which likewise and in return increased the rate of leveling by 25% through that zone. And also there were thousands of new quests as the Cataclysm had struck, and it made questing and things a lot easier. It also, and now I don't remember exactly which patch this was, maybe you'll know or have an idea, but where they took away like your water and food in your bags and gave you like Wrath now costs like 8 mana instead of like 16 or whatever it used to.
Yeah, that wasn't even a patch. That was just Cataclysm in general.
Yeah. So what have you noticed about how Blizzard's approached leveling and changing it?
Not even with the most recent expansion of Cataclysm, but it goes back to, I think it was Burning Crusade or even Lich King, that level 1 through 58 got a huge 20% increase in experience. You no longer had to go 1 through 58 it was just 1 to 58 increase speed. Here we're trying to get you to the max level, and that's always been what they've been trying to do since after the original World of Warcraft came out. They look at leveling as just something you have to do to get to the end game where the real game begins. But for a lot of people, the real game begins at level 1, and they enjoy the leveling process. So that's why there's either, oh, it's a good thing that my leveling has gone totally much faster than it used to, or why it's a bad thing. And I look at it as more of I'm indifferent. I like the leveling process. Some days I just wish I could just hit level 58, or I wish I could just hit 85. And some days I'm just really wishing that I could slow down and enjoy some things, because I might be in a zone that I really like, but I'm getting too much experience and there's too many quests and they're all green. So for me, I've noticed a ton of different things throughout the game as Blizzard has come out with new expansions and just trying to get people to level faster, 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 because people have been complaining. Uh, the first big one you're going to notice is heirlooms come already equipped with experience things. That's just one huge one to knock off. Two, you're going to notice Recruit a Friend. They came out with that entirely based upon not just for money, but they came out with that just, here, if you want to level fast and you have the money, there you go. It takes maybe 4 or 5 days to hit the max level, if that. And I'm not talking about played wise, I'm just talking about 4 or 5 days in general for the casual gamer. The third one is you saw Burning Crusade in Wrath of the Lich King become so much easier to level through. It got I forgot the bonus what it was percentage wise that you needed, but they cut down the experience needed to level, and Burning Crusade literally took a day or two for the casual gamer to blow through. And now that Cataclysm's come out just recently, they've done that same thing to Wrath of the Lich King's content, Northrend. So I have not experienced that yet, but we're about to get there on our characters, and we're going to see that firsthand and to see how fast it goes compared to what it used to. Because I will agree, it used to be a little rough. It took a little bit too long. I got a lot of characters stuck there in that Northrend leveling zone, and I am excited to continue them and go a little bit faster, like it is in the Burning Crusade.
Exactly, and you mentioned sometimes you wish that you could slow down leveling. One thing that popped into my mind now is that dungeon finder. As nice and convenient as that is and how much we love that, there are times where it's like, okay, I've dungeoned out, 6 levels before I even knew it. That's down the drain. Now I gotta either quest, which means that I have to go find out where to quest, how to get there, X, Y, and Z. I mean, it's nice that they give you the flight paths now, so you don't have to do as much traveling. But there are times where it's like you do so much dungeoning for a while that you forget pretty much that you've already gained 5 levels without questing.
Right, and you mentioned just dungeons when you are doing a battleground on the Call to Arms.
Call to Arms, yeah.
You're getting so much experience from winning. Usually, if you get experience if you lose, but winning you gain the most experience, and then to at least maybe a level or two. And if you continue to do that, you're just blowing through content you could level through or dungeon through. And if you're dungeoning through or PvPing through content, you might miss a zone that you really like to level in, but you don't want to blow the chance of gaining a lot of experience, because in the long run you're going to care about that more. But some people will say that they will take the slower route and they wish they could slow themselves down, but you can't really do that unless you stop your experience, and that in itself is kind of a turn off to everybody.
It is and it isn't. I think that, that was one of those things where Blizzard as a company had to protect their better interests, in that they needed to give players both options. So they would stop complaining first and foremost. But I mean, this game is kind of before StarCraft 2 came out. In the Burning Crusade and early Lich King days, this was their moneymaker, so they had to protect their best interests.
Yeah. So in general, how do you feel about it? How do you feel about playing from back in the day when we used to play compared to right now? I mean, we're literally 43 on both of our characters in maybe 5 days. How do you feel about that?
I feel great. One thing I will point out is that it's a lot easier when you have stuff to listen to in the background. And although I'm not using that as a plug for our videos, it is a great one. But I never really used to listen to music. I never really used to watch videos. I used to just mindlessly sit in front of the computer screen, drying my eyes out from staring at the screen so long. So
yeah.
I like that it's easier that way.
That works for some people, but for me, I can't really multitask too well, so I prefer to sit in front of the computer. But in my opinion, the leveling thing is a good thing overall, because I do like to advance my character. I truly do think that after the 7 years I have played, Cataclysm has not changed the game enough to make me not just so used to the whole leveling process. I've been there, I've done that. You can't really change that. So for me, I like to quest in certain areas. I like to dungeon here and there, but overall, I just want to advance my character and hit max level, because that is truly what Blizzard's trying to market. They keep coming out with expansions with new content really fast because the players get bored and they hit that max level, and that's when the best game begins. So I guess what we're looking from you guys is what your opinions are on the increased leveling speed that Blizzard has been going, taking the route of taking leveling and basically saying, okay, you are leveling too slow still. We're going to give you less experience needed to hit a level, or we're going to give you all these perks and pluses you can get for either recruit a friend or call to arms weekend or just random dungeon queues, and how much experience you're actually getting out of that, how many levels you can get in a day. Do you like that or do you not?
So let us know, guys. Even if it's not anything that Brandon here just said, if it's anything involving the leveling process, what zones you think are too slow, if there's any zones you wish that you could spend more time in, let us know. Comment below. As always, we appreciate your guys' views, your likes, comments, subscribes. It all means more than you guys just clicking on the link that we send you. So much appreciated, guys. You have anything else to say?
That's about it.
All right. So thanks for watching again, guys. Until tomorrow.